Welcome to the second episode of Ukulele Jam Kit. If you haven't checked out the first episode, be sure to check it out down below where we go over the chords for this month's jam session. But today we're going to work on a scale that's going to accompany it. And today's scale is a C major scale. Now to play this, we're going to take a look at some tab. If you haven't read tab before, I've got a video that talks about how to read it that you can check out in the description. But we're going to start here with playing our open C string, which is our second from the top string here. And we're going to use our thumb with our playing hand right now to play it. We're going to play just the open C to start. Then the next note's going to be 2 on the C, which we're going to take the middle finger of our fretting hand and place it there on the 2nd fret. And it's important that we use the middle finger here because another concept that today is going to introduce is what we call the 1 finger per fret rule, which means we're going to assign 1 finger to each fret, starting at 1 with the index, 2 with the middle, 3 with the ring finger, and 4 with the pinky. You'll notice that we never go above fret 3 in this exercise, so we're going to use whatever finger is associated to that number. So we start with that open C, then we play 2 with the middle finger, and then we're going to go down to the next string, the E string. We're going to play that open. We're then going to use the index finger here on 1, and then the ring finger here on 3 of the E. And then we're going to go to the next string, the A string, open. And then we're going to go to 2 on the A with the middle finger. And finally, the ring finger here on 3. By using 1 finger per string, you'll notice that we're very efficient with how we play it. If I were to try to do it all with my index finger, for instance, you see how inefficient that is. This is just a really good habit to allow you to build up speed, especially when we get to the final episode of the month that talks about the riff. It's going to be very helpful to have that familiarity of 1 finger per fret. But let's go ahead and try practicing this ascending, meaning we're going to start with the C string and go all the way up, just like what the tab right over here says. And let's play it nice and slow. So, something like this. We're going to play 0 C, 2 C, 0 E, 1 E, 3 E, 0 A, 2 A, 3 A. Now, in addition to these being just strings and numbers, they are actually notes. And the note names that go with this are going to be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to C again, which is pretty neat. Those are the notes that comprise a C major scale. And actually, if you think back to last week's episode, we talked about the chord progression being 1, 6, 4, 5. Well, if you look at this, the first note is a C, the 6th note is an A, the 4th note is the F, and the 5th note's the G. If you remember the chords from then, it was a C chord, an A minor chord, an F chord, a G7, and that's actually where they get that term 1, 6, 4, 5. It's from those intervals here in this scale. Kind of neat. So now that we've done it ascending, let's go ahead and do it descending. So we're going to start now at the top note, the 3 on the A with the ring finger, and then we're going to play the 2 on the A with the middle. A little trick here is instead of taking the fingers off each time, have your ring finger on and place the middle finger on before you need it, and then strip away the ring finger. That makes it a little bit more efficient as you go down. And you can use this when you go to the 3 on the E, have the 1 come on with it so that we just take it away. So the descending goes C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. So if we look at both of these now, we have our ascending C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then we go back to our descending. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. And you can actually use the exact same concept here on the ascending of leaving the fingers on until you have to take them off. It's a really good way to get more efficient with your fretting, and it's very handy with these sort of scales. So if you look at the ascending, we start with the 0 C and then the 2 C, 0 E. Then when we go 1 on the E with the index and go 3 on the E with the ring, I actually leave the index finger on there because I don't have to take it off, because it's only the notes in front that make the sound, meaning the ring finger is what's making the tone here, not the index. And I can do the same when I go up on the A string. So a cool little trick. But that is a C major scale, and so that's something that you want to start practicing if you haven't already. Using the thumb for now is great to work on it, and once you get this in practice, you'll be ready for the riff that's going to be introduced in the 4th episode. If you're enjoying this series, please hit that subscribe button and feel free to check out my Patreon page where you can actually find a tab download of this as well as all of the other PDFs for these song lessons or these tutorials, as well as song lessons that I do over there as well. So if you haven't checked it out already, please do in the description below. And I'll see you guys next week for the next episode of Ukulele Jam Kit. See ya.